Hey, you. Yes, you. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer, guys. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more platforms. Guys, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast. So simple and so easy in one place. Download the free Anchor app today, guys, or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey, Divine Ones, it's Latoya O'Keel, your life coach and motivational speaker. I want to come to you and speak to you on this episode for a very special topic that the Lord gave me and that the Lord put in my spirit. This episode is going to be for my grown folks, okay? This is for the grown Christians. I'm calling upon the grown Christians, and this is all a part of what the podcast is about, walking in your divine destiny, walking in the life that God has for you, operating in your purpose. And the Lord has been calling me to speak about relationships and singles a lot lately, because that's a big part of the struggle that a lot of people are trying to overcome. A lot of people are not able to walk in their divine destiny. They're not able to be purpose minded. They're not able to, have the mindset to fulfill their purpose and find their gifts. They can't do that because they are so caught up in relationships, or so caught up in, being single, or so caught up in just relationship drama. So the Lord's been calling me to speak in that area for the last couple episodes. If you guys have noticed that the Lord has been calling me to really speak a lot about relationships and a lot about, just being single and just being being stuck in that area of your life, or being placed strategically into that area of your life by God. And on this episode, I just want to talk about, well, first of all, I want to ask you, are you holding on to something that's yours? Does it belong to you, or does it belong to the community? And this is just the realest of the real, y'all. I need y'all to get me. I need y'all to understand me. I need y'all to turn me up one time, because a lot of people fall up under this category. And I ain't just talking about female. I'm talking male and female. This is not gender specific, because we talk about a lot of wrong things that men do, but it's a lot of wrong things that women are doing out there as well. Women, there's a lot of toxic women, just like there's a lot of toxic men. So this ain't gender specific. This is for whoever the Lord says it's for. You're not gonna get out of this just because you a woman. You're not gonna get out of this because you a man. This is going across the board for everybody. Are you holding on to a person that belongs to you, or do they belong to the community? And when I say, do they belong to the community, I mean just what I said. You may be in a relationship with this person, but you come to find out that you've been in a relationship all by yourself. You've been committed all by yourself. You've been faithful all by yourself. And when everything hits the fan, or when the truth finally come out, and I'm going to tell you, it always does. The truth always comes to the light. When the truth finally comes out, you come to know, and you come to find out that you was committed all by yourself, that this person was never committed to you. Yeah. They was never faithful to you. They was never loyal to you. They was never honest to you. You was committed to them. You was all in it, but they were never all in it. They had one foot in and one foot out. You loved completely, but they never loved you completely. And they were still, entertaining the company of other people. This is the real. This is the realest of the real. The Lord told me to discuss it. He told me to speak on it, and I'm going to speak on it, because A lot of you are still entertaining people. This is why you can't go forth in purpose. This is why you don't even have a mindset to discover your gifts and your talents and to develop yourself and develop your mindset and to be about your Father's business. This is why you can't even entertain that thought in your mind of anything concerning your purpose, because you are so caught up in things like this, in relationships like this, in even marriages like this. You're holding on to something that doesn't even belong to you. This person don't even belong to you. If they're not committed to you, if they have not made that commitment to you, if they have not, let it be known to you and been open and honest with you and forthcoming and they're serious about taking that next step with you and going forward. They're not stagnant, but they moving forward. Y'all are growing together. Y'all are learning together. Y'all are developing together. Y'all are prospering together. They don't belong to you. And you need to let them go. You need to let them go, because you holding on to somebody else's husband. You holding on to somebody else's wife. And then you're never going to be able to get the thing that God has for you, because you still holding on to something that doesn't belong to you. You still holding on to a person that is community property. You loving them and they loving everybody else. Yeah. You giving to them and they giving to everybody else. They taking everything you giving to them. You breaking your back. You doing for them. You giving, you pouring into them. You sowing into them. You helping them pay their bills. You giving them spending money. You buying them gifts, buying them birthday gifts. You going all out. You going above and beyond, because you trying to prove your worth. You trying to show what you worth. You trying to show that you worthy. You trying to prove that you worthy of a ring, or that you worthy, of this woman to marry you. You trying to prove that you worthy, and everything that you giving to this person, they going and giving it to somebody else. You sitting there, you being a life coach to this person. You speaking life into this person. You pouring everything you got. You pulling all your tricks out the bag. You pulling all your motivational speeches out the bag. They getting the speeches for free. They getting the sessions for free, because you on the phone with them, speaking life into them, pouring into them, letting them, encouraging them, motivating them, building them up. And guess what? When you build them up, then they go take that build up that you gave them and they give it to somebody else. Yeah. Somebody else reap the benefits of your hard labor. Somebody else, you hold it. This is what happens when you hold on to community property. It's not your property. It belongs to the community. It belongs to the community. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to keep being, I'm telling y'all some real stuff. It's going to keep being passed around in the community until it make up in its mind. And when I'm saying it, but I mean this man or this woman, until they make up in their mind that they tired of playing games and that they ready for something real. They're going to keep being passed around in the community until they make that up in their mind that they ready for something real. And when they do get ready for something real, they're not going to want it with you, because you done did so much for them. You done laid down on the floor and let them walk all over you. You done been a doormat. You done been a ride or die. And when they do make up in their mind that they want something real and they tired of playing games, they're going to bypass you. They're going to look all over you, because you done lost their respect. They have no respect for you, because they're going to be looking at you like, how did you let me get away with all of this stuff? You don't even love yourself. You don't even like you. You don't even love you. Because if you love you, why you sat here all this time? They may not never say this to you, but this is what they thinking. Why you sat here all this time and let me do you like this? Like I just had my way with you. I just did this and I did that, and you took it and you put up with it. And when they make up in their mind that they want something real, they gonna say, I don't want nobody like that. You ain't even got a backbone. You don't even have a backbone. You don't even respect yourself. You don't even love yourself. And what they'll do, they're going to go to the person that respects themselves, that loves themselves, that holds them accountable, that ain't going to take their junk, because they know that they can grow with that person. See, you was just reinforcing that negative behavior. You was reinforcing their bad behavior. You thought that by you continuing to take them back, that by you putting your purpose on hold for them, you done put your whole life on hold for them, and you ain't even been doing what God been telling you to do. You been doing what this person been wanting you to do. You think that that's going to show them that you're worthy, of the ring, that you are worthy for her to accept your proposal. Because, I told y'all, this is not gender specific. This is male and female. You think that by what you doing for this person, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna see how wonderful you are, and they're gonna go walk down the aisle with you. They're gonna jump the broom with you. Y'all gonna live happily ever after. But it don't work like that, beloved. It don't work like that. When you done laid down on the floor and allowed yourself to become a doormat, they're gonna walk on you. Yeah, and guess what? They may walk on you for 5 years before they leave. They may walk on you for 10 years before they leave. They may walk on you for 25 years before they leave. Yeah, it's some people that's in some situationships. They've been in this stuff over 20 years. They've been rocking with these folks over 20 years. They've been staying down with these folks over 20 years. And then these people leave and they don't even get put in the obituary. These people transition, leave up out of here, and they can't even get $1 from that person's estate. They ain't even put in the obituary. And they've been rocking with the person. See, this is what happened when we try to take community property and we try to make it ours. You gotta when it's community property, you gotta give it to the community. Give it back to the community. Give it back to them. Cause that stuff is not yours. Them people do not belong to you. If they ain't made up in their mind that they ready to come in and stop playing these games, it ain't nothing you can do, beloved. It ain't nothing you can say. I don't care how much you try to be there for them. I don't care how much you try to speak life into them. I don't care how much you try to encourage them, how much you try to motivate them. God said you holding on to community property. Let that man go, because he don't belong to you. He belong to the community. Give him back to the community. It gonna hurt. Yeah, it gonna hurt. Because you done put all your heart, all your time, you done invested, all your investments, all your tears. You think about all the nights you done cried about this man. All of the nights that you done cried about this woman. Yeah. But the Lord say, it's time. If it's not yours, you got to give it back. Give it back. Give it back to the community. In other words, let them go. Let them go do what they want to do. Yeah, it's going to hurt you. And you're going to have to cry for a season. But that's the thing. It's only for a season. Either you make the decision to put yourself through that pain, or they're going to put you through it when they leave. Because they going to leave. When they get ready and make up in their mind that they tired of playing games and they want something real, they not going to let you or nobody else stop them. They going to move it right on along without you. And then you really going to be hurt because you sat there and you let them walk away. You let them leave you. You gave them the option to break you even more. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's just like how this song Fantasia made. Sometimes you got to lose to win again. Yeah, it's going to hurt you to let them go, to give them back to the community. It's going to, and I know that sound kind of harsh, y'all, but that's the way God told me. That's what he said. God said community property. Glory be to God. Call it for what it is. Call it for what it is. It's community property. Give it back. Give it back to the community. You trying to go and take something that's public. It belongs to the public. And when I say it belongs to the public, I mean they still in the world. They still doing the things of the world. They still seeking the attention of other women. They still seeking the attention of other men. And for my men, let me speak to y'all for a minute. You can't build with a woman. You can't do nothing with a woman that always seeking the attention of other men. If you with her, y'all together, y'all building together, y'all growing, y'all moving forward together, it's just certain things she should not do. It's certain ways she should not carry herself. It's just certain things that as a queen that you don't do. You don't do. It's certain ways that you don't carry yourself. You can't wear everything. Because yes, it might look cute to you, but you got to think about what is that going to do for your purpose? How does that portray you? How does that make you look? Because when people see you, they don't know you. If they don't know you, the first thing they're going to look at is how you dress. That's the first thing people are going to look at. And people don't like to talk about this or really discuss this because they were, I can wear whatever I want to wear or this, that, and the third. Yeah, you can. You grown. You can wear whatever you want to wear. But I'm telling you that people are going to judge you by what you have on. That's the first impression that they have of you. And a lot of people are being judged as something else. And that's not even who they really are. But it's just because of the way that they dress and the way they look and the way they carry themselves on the outside. So what's going on the inside needs to be, you need to look the same way on the outside. If the Lord has transformed you, if he's renewed your mindset, I should be able to see that when I look at you. I should be able to see that from the outside. But a lot of women are still on the other side. Just like Pastor R.C. Blake said, they still living in that broken consciousness. And when you look at them, you can tell that they living from a broken consciousness. You can look at them. You can look at them and tell. By the way that she carrying herself, by the way she dressed, by the way she carrying herself, you could tell what her mindset is. And so you just have to understand, if you cannot hold on to these people. I'm telling y'all, I see so many people that are so gifted, man. These people so gifted, and I see the calling of God all over their life. God could do some amazing things with them, but God said I can only take them so far because they still holding on to community property. Some of them are married to these people. Some of them have been married to these people for a long time. Some of them are engaged to these people. Some of them in a relationship and they heading towards marriage with these people. Let me tell y'all, just because you make it to the aisle don't mean that you hit the target and you made the goal and you in there like swim well. No, beloved. No, beloved. Marriage is not the goal. Being happy is the goal. Being happy is the goal. Being successful from within is the goal. Having a prosperous soul is the goal. And you know what? Sometimes having a prosperous soul and being happy from within, it means being all by yourself. It means being all by yourself. But see, we got a mindset to think that marriage is the goal. I had to learn that marriage is not the goal. If I get that along the way, that's wonderful. That's great. But that is not my goal. My goal is my purpose. My goal is to hear my Father say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Well done. That's the goal. And whatever you obtain along the way, that's all right. But that wasn't the goal. So that means whether you get it or not, it ain't going to make you or break you. But we just have to have that mindset. Look at this stuff and look at these people that you with and make sure that they belong to you. And that they don't belong to the community. Cause some of these folk, you got to cut them. You got to let them go. You got to walk away from them. And I see so many people asking me, how can I change? How do I conquer my mindset? How do I do this? How do I do that? And then the first thing I do is I look at the person that they yoke with. I look at the person that they in a relationship with. I look at the person that they married to. And sometimes I just shake my head. From within myself, I just shake my head. I just shake my head, kind of like, that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. Because I could tell you firsthand, when you unequally yoked within a marriage, within a relationship, you won't never be everything that God says that you are. You already that person, but you'll never manifest it. You'll never manifest it because it's literally like you sleeping with the enemy. It's like you sleeping with the enemy. So you gotta release these people. Release them. Give them, if they not your property, give them back to the community. And you could be married to somebody that's not your property. Yeah, you might be married to them, but if they still entertaining Susie, Stacy, and Keisha, if they still entertaining Fred, Steve, and Johnny, they not your property. They belong to the community. Give them back. Give them to the community. I see so many people dragging people by their neck. Literally, they dragging these people by their neck, making these people be with them, running behind these folks, running to these folks' houses, running to these folks' jobs, running to the, don't let him leave or don't let her leave. Don't let these folks leave. They running behind them. Let these people go. Give them back to the community. They want to be with you, but they don't want to be in no relationship. That's a situationship. You better than that. You better than that. If they don't even love you enough to give you a title, they don't even love you enough to make a commitment to you, that's community property. They don't want no title because they want to be able to freelance throughout the community without having the responsibility or having to explain their actions to nobody. So let them go. Let them go in the community and do what they do. And do what they do. Because there's a way that seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. I'm telling y'all some real stuff. You got to get these folks, give them to the world. They want the world, give them the world. Let them have it. Because I'm going to tell you what, they're going to come back to God, baby. They're going to be running back to God. They're going to be sliding back in this thing like Eddie Kane Jr. on the 5 heartbeats, baby. When the world get through with them, because the world going to chew them up and spit them out. The devil ain't playing. He'll make you think he with you, he riding with you, everything all good. And then, baby, he'll be on you so, he'll have you running back to God like Eddie Kane Jr. You'll be sliding off in that thing. Let them folk go. Let them go. I heard Bishop T.D. Jakes say this: when people can walk away from you, let them go. And a lot of times we think because people are still physically with us that they ain't left us. A person can be physically with you, but their mind can be so far away from you. Sometimes you got to pick up on the signs and know that just because their body is physically there don't mean that they really with you or that they really yours. You got to know when they have spiritually and emotionally and mentally checked out, when they have left you. Give them to the community. Let them go. Let them go. And watch how your life shift. Watch how your life change. I know, beloved, because I had a couple that I had to give back to the community. Do you hear me? They ain't belong to me. I was brainwashed and I thought this stuff was mine. Let me tell you, when you go out in the world and you get something from the world, you think the devil give you an illusion to make you believe that that stuff is yours, that them people belong to you. Them people do not belong to you. They are turned over to the in the hands of the adversary because they're not living for God. Only God, when God give you something, it belongs to you and can't nobody take it away from you. It's yours. It's your property. It's yours. And God will bring you into a divine covenant with them people. He will bring you into a covenant with that woman. He will bring you into a covenant with that man. And nobody will be able to take it away from you because the Lord gave it to you. But you cannot go out into this world, into this sinful world, and think you're going to pick somebody and they going to only belong to you. The devil is a lie. That's community property. Give it back to the community and let it go. And then God will be able to use you. Then God will be, see, when you put yourself by yourself and allow God to position you and allow God to get you in the right spirit and the right mindset, then he can give you the person that's going to be rightfully yours. But until then, you just playing around with community property. Give it back to the community, beloved, and live your life. I love y'all so much. I love you with a divine love. You are my brothers and my sisters in Christ. I pray that this message touches lives and changes lives, and you stop holding on to things that the adversary has beguiled and tricked you into believing is yours. And I pray that you will let it go and give it back to the community so you can get what is rightfully yours. So y'all be blessed. Remember what I always tell you. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. With God, all things are possible. I'll check in with y'all next time.